I have done a Stickman animation in 10 seconds, 1 minute, 10 minutes, 1 hour, and 10 hours. Let's see how that went. I tried hard, but couldn't pass the 1 frame which was necessary to call it an animation. So, you have this PNG in 10 seconds. I thought 1 minute was a decent time to convey the concept of the animation. I started with only one goal in my mind, that I must complete this challenge. The black stickman cutting the head of the other black stickman was the animation concept I had in my mind. But as I started to draw, I scrabbled many times and my head went blank for a few seconds. I decided to draw a black and red stickman here. I didn't care about the shape and size of it. I just gave black a stick in hand to cut the head of the red stickman. Even with the sluggish drawing, the concept is clear. I think this ain't that bad. Added 3 layers and drew the baseline for the stickman to stand. I completed the black's action first and then drew the red stickman respective to black. I drew straight ahead most of the time, which helped me judge where the second stickman should stand. Drawing both bodies of the stickmans cost me more than 6 minutes, so I decided to move to the positioning of the heads, which I did faster than I thought. For the sword, I drew a line and a grip. Using the lasso tool, I positioned the sword in the black's hand. I quickly added a slice sound effect and the animation was ready. As I had more time under my belt, I decided to draw a background for this animation. I had it in my mind before I started the timer. I used airbrush and sketch brush for different effects of the grass, as well as for the mountain range. I drew some grass before the landscape just to give some depth to the background. Still, I had to draw and erase many times, which ate up my time. It took about half an hour to draw the complete background. After the background, I decided to use a yellow stickman as a prey, because only yellow contrasted with the background color. This time my black stickman didn't go behind to cut the head. I positioned yellow stickman accordingly, and drew his head first so I could adjust the black sword. And with some small tweaks and sound effects, my animation was ready. As I had 10 hours in hand, I planned it completely before going in. Of course, in multiple days. I saw one background as a reference and started accordingly. There was a moon in the center of the background, which was the main light source. The sky was a bit difficult because there is no brush that can give you a gradient. Not even the gradient brush. Still, I managed to pull it with different brushes and with adjusting the brush opacity. Then I added the mountain range and added fog in front of them, which gives perception of the distance. I added some trees with different hues to give the sense of depth. Then I started to draw the soil, which was a bit headache. I tested different looks, but none fit perfectly, so I covered it with patches of grass, which gave a nice feel to the complete background. I finished some tiny things that were necessary to give the background an extra beauty. Background drawing took me about 2 hours and 34 minutes. After that, I went straight to drawing the animation. For the animation, I thought it was necessary to first draw the black stickman's movement. This helped decide how the animation would go. I had a concept of Black Stickman jumping in the air with his sword and then attacking with his fire on the yellow Stickman. Yellow was marked for slaughter. I started to outline the sword fire and the fire attack on the yellow. I placed yellow Stickman to get slaughtered by black. After some time, don't know why I decided to dump that idea and start to work on the new destiny of the yellow Stickman. I provided him some power to defend himself and then retaliate. This made the animation concept more interesting. I first started to finish the black's animation and the fire effects while keeping the yellow's position in my mind. You may see some complete red and blue frames while watching the video. This is because many times some gaps were left in the outline of the fire which spilled the color all over the frame. When there are two characters fighting each other, timing plays a major role in making the animation enjoyable without getting distracted. So I had to keep the timing of the animation in my mind before anything else. This 10-hour time gave me the opportunity to look into the smaller things that play a crucial role in an animation. While there were about 1.5 hours left, I drew the ice which came from the ground as an attack of the yellow Stickman. I started to add some light and dark effects in the last half an hour and completed the animation. Thanks for watching.